The Academy Awards, aka the Oscars, the glitz, the glamour, the night that Hollywood comes together to celebrate, well, themselves, basically, and sometimes to throw shade on the politician or politicians they don't like. But this year, was that happening? Not really. It was just a night to celebrate each other, celebrate great movies, celebrate awards, and no mention of Orange Man Bad. It's almost as if they want to, gain their audience back. Could that be the case? Is the Oscars finally trying to get back to please the audience? Perhaps. We'll find out soon enough. You may or may not like the Oscars, but we do hope that you like this video by leaving a like on this video as we discuss the one figure who was surprisingly not present this year at the Academy Awards. Let's check in on the Oscars. And to check in on the Oscars, we are going to go to thatparkplace.com. If you're not already subscribed to That Park Place, I highly recommend subscribing. Out of That Park Place, it's a pretty good story about the Oscars and what did happen and how it went down last night. So let's check this out. This is right out of thatparkplace.com. This is I'm in the VIP section, so I don't know if this article is available to everybody, but you're going to see it here. Oscars avoid Trump. Hollywood elites break from recent tradition and actually focus on movies over politics. So maybe this is a good thing, right? By Mr. Montanaro. The 97th Academy Awards, aka the Oscars, made headlines not for grand political statements, but for what was missing: any mention of President Donald Trump. While Hollywood has long relished taking jabs at the current president, this year's ceremony was eerily silent on political matters. Despite being one of the longest Oscar broadcasts in recent history, not a single presenter, winner, or host uttered Trump's name. A stark contrast to years past when late-night comedians and Hollywood elites openly ridiculed him at every opportunity. Even Jimmy Kimmel, who has previously delighted in reading Trump's tweets live on air, found himself largely sidelined from the conversation. The former late-night host once read out Trump's scathing reviews of his Oscar hosting, including Trump's critique of Kimmel's monologue at the 2024 ceremony. But this year, nothing. The shift in tone raises questions about Hollywood's waning influence and the effectiveness of its political grandstanding. So my own take on this is I'm finding it kind of interesting to read because, again, I didn't really watch the Oscars last night, the Academy Awards. For me, it's one of those things where, like, okay, the Oscars, they happen. The Academy Awards happen. My wife loves that stuff. She's originally from Venezuela, and, they're dialed into the whole American thing. Hollywood bet big and lost. For years, the entertainment industry positioned itself as a cultural powerhouse, aligning heavily with candidates like Kamala Harris. Yet the results of the 2024 election made it clear their efforts failed to resonate with everyday Americans. Trump not only secured the electoral college victory, but also won the popular vote, a decisive rejection of Hollywood's political messaging. And despite what other people, pundits, may say as far as the electoral college is concerned, it was in fact an electoral landslide. And the fact that a Republican won the popular vote by millions, like over 2 million, 3 million, close to that, that's also considered a landslide, people. The industry, once seen as a tastemaker, now faces a reckoning over its dwindling influence. There's Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande as they sang Defying Gravity at the Oscars, which that was a pretty good performance. Compare today's restrained Oscars to past years when award shows regularly featured Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky beamed in via satellite, or A-list celebrities donning pins and ribbons to signal their latest cause. At the 2023 Golden Globes, Zelensky delivered a speech praising the quote-unquote free world, but now, just last week, he was sitting across from Trump at the White House, engaged in a tumultuous conversation in which he was ejected from the presidential residence. A muted show. Host Conan O'Brien, a comedian known for avoiding politically charged topics, briefly acknowledged the devastating Los Angeles wildfires. But beyond that, the show largely avoided world affairs. Even Hollywood's usual grandstanding over international conflicts, was noticeably subdued. Daryl Hannah managed a brief Slava Ukraine while presenting best editing, and a vague remark about standing up to a powerful Russian made it into O'Brien's monologue. Beyond that, the Academy largely kept its head down. In one of the most unexpected moments of the night, notorious anti-Trump actor Mark Hamill took the stage as a presenter known for his unhinged social media rants against the president. Hamill stunned audiences by staying completely on script. Perhaps he learned his lesson after many public embarrassments, such as your pants falling down, which you can see on the channel in another video. He also apparently learned his lesson about wearing a proper belt. Here it is. After his wardrobe malfunction at the BAFTAs, where his pants fell down mid-speech. A Hollywood reckoning. The Academy's reluctance to dive headfirst into political commentary this year suggests a larger shift. Perhaps after years of lecturing audiences, the industry is starting to realize that Americans aren't looking to award shows for political sermons. The resounding rejection of Hollywood's preferred candidates and narratives in the 2024 election was a wake-up call, and the silence at this year's Oscars speaks volumes. Yes, sometimes silence is deafening. And in the case of Hollywood and the elites there, I'm always happy to hear nothing but silence. They sound better when they shut their mouths, unless they're actually in the movie that they're supposed to be acting in. But you sound better when you sound off in the comments. What are your thoughts on the Oscars, the Academy Awards? Should they get political? Should they stay away from politics and just stick with entertainment? Let us know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and please do click that notification bell. When you click it, you stick it to the YouTube algorithm. You get notified of all of our uploads here at Follow the Bradleys Fun. And until next time, we will see ya real soon. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Ciao.